Hey everyone, welcome to Math Talk. I'm your host, Brian Heisler, and today we're going to continue the series on GED practice problems for the math test by looking at graphs and functions. So let's get started. I have a problem here that asks for the slope of the following equation. I've got a lot of requests on slopes, so I wanted to go through some problems that cover that. This equation is in what's called standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Typically, we see equations in like slope-intercept, the y equals mx plus b. And so I'm actually going to get this equation in slope-intercept form. Just for me, it's easier to find out what the slope. I'm going to go ahead and write it here. 3x plus 4y equals 7. So I'm going to try and transform that into look something like y equals mx plus b. Because I know if I get it in this form, slope-intercept, I just need to know what m is, because m represents the slope. So to do that, I want to get my y term all by itself, so I can subtract 3x off from both sides. Goes away here. I'm left with 4y equals, so I'm going to write this as negative 3x plus 7 instead of 7 minus 3x, because it looks more like the form of the equation that I want. So I have 4y right now. I just want 1y, so I need to divide by 4 everything. And so when I do that, let's see, those go away. I get y equals negative 3/4 x plus 7/4. So I have it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. I just need to know what m is, which is the number in front of x. In this case, negative 3/4. So the slope of this equation is negative 3/4. It should go down because it's negative. So just keep that in mind. If you had to look at a picture or a graph, it should be a slope that goes down like this because it's negative. All right, let's look at one more example. What is the equation of the line that has a slope of negative 5 and passes through the point 1, negative 3? Write your answer in standard form. So there's a couple of things you need to do here. Ultimately, we need to get this in standard form, which is the ax plus by equals c. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get it in slope-intercept form first and then kind of rearrange it because it's easier for me that way. So I'm going to start out y equals mx plus b and eventually get it to ax plus by equals c. So I have 3 numbers in here that I can plug into my equation and kind of solve for the last one. I have a y value because these are all x and y values for points. So y is negative 3. M is my slope, which I'm going to write up here. M is negative 5. X is 1. And b is a number I got to figure out what it is. So I'm going to solve this equation for b. Let's kind of simplify it a little bit. So negative 3 equals negative 5 plus b. Let's add this 5 over to get b all by itself. And this is going to be 2. All right. So now I know my y equals mx plus b form. Let me choose a different color here. Y equals negative 5x plus 2. Okay. So I need to get this equation in blue here to look something like this standard form over here. And basically what I need to happen is in my standard form, I have my x term and my y term on the same side of the equal sign, which means I need to bring my x term over in this blue equation to be on the same side as the equal sign as the y. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this here, negative 5x plus 2. I'm going to add this 5x over to both sides. That way I can remove it here, and I have 5x plus, I only have 1y here, equals 2. Now my equation looks like standard form. I have an ax plus by equals c, which means this is my final answer. So when you get to equations or questions that ask you to write an equation in standard form, typically I will start with slope-intercept form just because I find it easier, and then do some algebra to manipulate it and change it. But I hope this helps as you get to these equations and problems, and thanks for watching. If you have any other questions or you need assistance and you live in the Palm Beach County area, visit our website at geds.com to find a location near you and sign up for classes.